How's it going, everybody? I'm the CDH Warrior, and we are going to be finishing the last of 9 RIP. Come on. Behind the wall. Apparently I need to redo some things with this, but okay. Hello to my 4 viewers, how are you? This is gonna be our last stream of this game, or should probably be. I'm hoping the audio sounds good for you all. I don't notice any issues with the audio this time. Okay, we are finishing Chapter 9. That is what we're doing today. That is at least our goal. Yes. I had seen Kureha's sad memory, but I saw it to grow closer to you. Even now, it seems stuck in our shared consciousness. It's my fault. Is he gonna blame himself for all this mess? That voice. Please wake up. Wake up, and what should I say? When I do, I was worried if I could support him in the way he needed me to. But either way, I needed to wake up. I wanted to be by Kureha's side. There isn't much to Chapter 9. There's a little bit of dialogue. I opened my eyes. The first thing I saw was Kureha's worried face. He was looking away, head bowed. I reached out to him slowly, gracing his cheek. Kureha, he quickly grabbed my hand, pressing it against his cheek. Thank goodness for the way. Hello to my second viewer, how are you? Looks like you've woken up. I'm glad to see you back to your old self. Hello to my 3 viewers. I was so pitiful letting those memories get to me like that. It wasn't pitiful. Anybody might have reacted like that. Still, I was at a loss for words. Not knowing what to say, I tried to stand up. Are you sure you can stand? Oh, sorry, I totally panicked and just laid you down here instead of the nurse's office. It's okay. Thanks for bringing me here. I looked around to see that Kureha had laid me on top of the reception desk. Trying to get down, Kureha carried me and placed me gently on the floor. I seriously don't know what's going on with Twitch. His protectiveness made me laugh. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that. I'm fine, really. You saw my memory, right? Any headaches or pain? I'm sorry, I looked without asking you first. But I'm fine, so I don't want you to worry. No, probably. I said I'm fine. I don't have that same headache right now. I don't think I got it the entire time I was looking at your memories either. After saying that, I pulled out the bag filled with cauliflower petals. I suppose I have these to thank for that. It seems like the cauliflower petals protected me. I opened the bag, but all the petals had withered and turned black. Oh, I see. Well, I sure am glad you had those with you. Kureha seemed convinced and let out a long sigh of relief. Cauliflower flowers can purify darkness, and I believe they helped you too, Kureha. Seriously, thank goodness for this. I'll have to thank Saya and you for it. Maybe, but for me, it's different. Huh? Your kiss stopped my heart from drowning in darkness. It brought warmth and healing. Oh. That's right, I kissed Kureha then. It was rather uncharacteristically bold of me. I could have touched his skin anywhere. Well, I only kissed you because my voice couldn't reach you. There's no need to feel ashamed. no need to feel ashamed. You saved me after all. Without that kiss, I doubt I would have ever come back to my senses. It's the power of true love. The power of true love? He spoke so earnestly, I couldn't help but blush.
だから俺がカリファの腹に感謝するのはお前を守ってくれたことにだ。
Okay. I don't know why Twitch is being a bit of an ass. Kara took the bag of petals, scattering them over the reception counter. I hoped one might be fine, but they're all withered. Maybe he wants me to keep them for what's ahead. I'm honestly not sure about Kara at this point. I can protect myself. I can take care of myself, so we don't need the cauliflowers anymore. This is our last part of the game before we get to Chapter 9. I trust your strength, but I'm still worried about the curse. Kuriha's worries are understandable. I'm confident that once we discover the name of the spirit in the Forbidden Room, this mark will disappear. All I can do now is try and fend off the wrath while keeping my own sanity. I can do it, so don't worry about me, okay? Thank you. Your words. Certainly make me feel more calm. I promise to stay by your side. As he said this, he gently patted my head. I hope you do. Our smiles met, and I felt momentarily at ease. But I knew we had to get going. There's something I need to ask Kuriha. I think you already know this, but earlier I saw your memories. Does that mean your memory has recharged? Yes, I remember everything. Up to the moment of my death. I suppose I have that horrible face. Kuriha had long been searching for his memories, but he didn't seem very pleased. That was understandable, though, given what those memories were. No one could be happy about that. He was stabbed to death, if I recall what we learned from the end of Chapter 8. Speaking of which, have you seen that before? I'm not sure. My memory of everything after I nearly became a rat was a bit pleasant. By the time I came to, it was gone. I see. In my rush to restore Kuriha's sanity, I missed everything else that was going on around me. That boy talk, perhaps. What is this telling me? From the way that boy talked, I believe that boy might have been waiting for Hinagiki was. That can key witness the events as a ghost. Kuriha fell silent, lost in thought. something else was wrong too. Kuraha had been inquiring about his death among the school's other ghosts. Did he never talk to that boy before? Okay. Come on, Dwayne. Work with me here. Kuraha had been inquiring about his death. He talked to the boy. About that boy. Why didn't he mention your sister, Hinekiko, until now? I simply couldn't understand it. Indeed, I was thinking the same thing. When he spoke at the underground altar,
あんたがそばにいたら、クレハさんは記憶を取り戻しても悪霊化しないかもしれない。ちゃんと記憶を受け止めて、正気を保っていられるかもしれないんだ。
except his past. Why would he become a rat if he was afraid he regains his memories? Back then,
月神家で起きた事実を前にして、クレハは悪霊化しかけたから。
Kuraha nearly became a rat. Was it because I was by his side then? That was what I figured, but why was he acting so familiar with Kuraha? From the way they interacted together, it didn't seem like they knew each other well. Well, for now. I guess we won't know anymore until we talk. Kuraha merely stared at us in complete silence. I felt bad for interrupting him, but why can't you find my existence? Okay. And maybe we'll leave it that way. I was really curious about that.
まだ推理がつか
I
ない。
still haven't come to terms with it,
今すぐとは行かなそうだ。
so I don't think it will happen right away. I guess that's understandable. Okay, why is it going weird? You can always talk to me about how you're feeling. I really do want to be there for you. I'm gonna do one thing real quick, folks. I hate doing this, but oh well. That makes me happy. We will probably not raid anyone tonight just because I'm having internet issues tonight. Even after you turn to the realm. Even if we can't speak to one another, I'll still be by your side. Even if we can't speak. A sudden dread washed over me. What do you mean by that? Kurahao looked at me with deep longing in his eyes. Wow, I'm reading too quick. It felt like I could read his thoughts from that look alone. Are you planning to just say goodbye? But we promised to try and find a way to be together. I took a step toward him. Even if we can't touch, we'll find a way so I can still feel your presence. I grasped Kurahao's collar with both hands and looked up at him. Kurahao gazed down with sorrowful eyes as he gently stroked my head, trying to comfort me. If it were possible, I definitely want us to find a way to be together. But the atmosphere here and the curse you bear are pushing your body to its limits. You must know that already. He was totally right, and I was at a loss for words. But we finally opened our hearts to each other. We agreed to find a way to be together. My dreams for our future were shattered, leaving me only the deep feelings I have for him. Forgive me for saying this, but returning this world to the mortal realm and ensuring you get home safe is the top priority. Kurahao always put me first, and I was grateful to him for that. It's his kindness that made me fall in love with him. I gently let go of him. Thank you. I'll always remember how kind you were to me, and if I hold on to these feelings, even if I can't sense you, as long as I have my memories with you, my heart will stay strong. Because I love you from the bottom of my heart. Kurahao looked at me, surprised, then smiled. I love you too. I'll always be there, watching over you and praying for your happiness. took my hand and kissed it softly. His cool, gentle breath felt comforting as it graced the back of my neck. I love you truly. Karaha led me by the hand as we stepped out into the hallway.
今すぐにでもひなぎくの
Let's
元
go
へ
see
名乗らせるの
Hinagiki
がい
right
い。
away
体
and
調的
have
に
her
問題ないか
recognize her own name. Are you still feeling okay? I left the library, that intention, but go straight to Hinagiku? I paused and looked up at Kuraha. So that means the wrath is... Kuraha gazed downward and slowly nodded. Oh, it's his sister! I tried to recall what I saw in Kuraha's memories, trying to picture what Hinagiku looked like. She was wearing that kimono. The image of Hinagiku and Roya wearing the same attire merged together in my mind. It really is her. I hadn't realized until now. The kimono had a distinct design, but the revelation was shocking to me.
どうして今まで気づけなかっ
How could I not have seen this before?
た。悪霊
I'd met her several times already when she was wrath. I wonder what made you forget her. I felt in his memories just how much he cared about me. Kuraha's face showed a mixture of confusion and anguish. If we meet Hinagiku now, even if all goes well, after I return to the Mortal Realm, Kuraha might continue to suffer. How could I have forgotten my sister? I could almost hear him asking himself. I can't go back to the Mortal Realm yet, not until this mystery is solved. Kuraha, before we see Hinagiku, let's visit that boy. There are still some things we need to discuss with him. You might know more about why you lost your memories.
そこまでしなくていい。
There's no need.
お前は
You
関わら
shouldn't
なくて
concern
いい。
yourself with that. Up until now, Kuraha and I had always worked together. We relied on each other.
ひなぎくとのことは俺の問
Hinagiku's
題だ。
situation is my issue.
お前は
You
移
need
し
to
ろれ。
focus on getting back to the Mortal Realm too. Don't tell me what I need to do. The words just impulsively came out, but I couldn't hold them back anymore. I know you're worried about me. I know that's why you want to get me back to the Mortal Realm quickly, but I'm just worried about you. I don't want you dealing with your troubles all on your own after I leave. And what if it happens again? I'm scared you might become a wrath again. A tear slid down my face, proof of just how scared I was for the future. I don't want you forgetting just how much I love you. Upon hearing that, he drew me close. I hadn't thought about how you felt.
俺がお前を思うように、お前も
Hello,
俺
my
の
three
ことを
viewers.
思ってくれているんだ。
I just like to worry about you. You worry about me in the same way. I'm glad you understand.
ああ、
Yes,
俺も
I'm
嬉しい。
happy too.
お前の思いの深さを知れて。
Happy to know how much you care about me. Thank goodness. Relieved, I watched Kuraha murmur.
なあ、
Can I
一つ
ask
いい
you
か。
for something? Ask you something.
ひなぎくは俺
Do
の
you
呼び
think
かけに気づいて
Hinagiku
くれ
heard
る
my
だろう
plea?
か。
His earlier warning to stay out of it made this question stir in my heart. I don't know too much about ghosts, but I steadied my thoughts considering the possibility. Just as my love helped bring you back, maybe Hinagiku will react to the sound of your voice. I hesitated to say more, not wanting to get his hopes up. But I want to believe in miracles. Is that naive?
そんなことない。
After a warm smile, Kuraha leaned in and whispered in my ear.
そうだな。
You're right.
お前の思いが
Love brought me
俺を
back.
し
Maybe it's possible for my love to reach Hinagiku too.
ひなぎく。
In that moment, I saw a spark of hope in Kuraha's eyes.
ひなぎくのところへ行く前に
Before we
あの
meet
少年を探そう
Hinagiku, let's try and find that boy first. You'll come with me, right? Of course I will. I won't leave your side as long as I'm here, Kuraha.
ありがとう。本当に。お前の思いが
Thank you.
心から嬉しい。
Truly, your support means
お
everything.
前と出会い
The fact that I was able to meet you and fall
これ以上のことは
in love with
お
you,
前に愛されたことは
it's been the greatest joy of my life. He eased his embrace, and I felt his cold lips on mine, a sensation that was unique to him. I'm happy too. The emotions I felt at that moment were profound. I'll never forget this moment, nor the love I have for it. No matter where we looked, we couldn't find the boy, and so we descended the stairs. Where can he be? We've looked everywhere. Kuraha seemed deep in thought, and didn't respond right away. Then a realization seemed to strike him, and he turned to me. Hey,
響はあの少
let
年
that
を
boy into the mirror
鏡
world?
の世界へ入れていたよな。
I was taken aback by his suggestion. So you think he might be in the mirror world? We had avoided the central stairs while searching, knowing Hinagiku was in the mirror. Passing by the mirror might trigger the curse, which was a risk we weren't willing to take. Let's go check it out. I grabbed his hand, but Kuraha didn't
お前
budge.
はここに残
I
った方
think
が
it's safer if you stay here. After everything you're still saying this. Besides, I need to confront Hinagiku to get her name in. Kuraha hesitated briefly, then began to walk alongside me again. Thank goodness, I couldn't handle being told to stay out of it again.
お前のことは
Whatever happens,
何が
I'll
あっ
keep
て
you
も
safe.
守る。
He tightened his grip on my hand, and I held it back, just as firmly. We're coming to the end now. With our hearts filled with tension, Kuraha and I approached the mirror. So we trapped Hinagiku in the mirror. Arriving at our destination left us stunned because black mirror. The mirror turned pitch black. What's happening?
もしかすると
It's
悪
probably
霊の
your
影響か
acid.
もしれない。
Dark energy is flooding.
闇の
So because we trapped her in there, the darkness is even denser than normal. I imagined the thick darkness within and felt a chill run down my spine. I'm really scared. But I know there was no going back now.
覚悟はいいか。
Ready? Yes. I knew Hinagiku might be on the other side. I still wish we'd spoken to the boy
俺が
beforehand.
先に行け。
I'll go in
少し周りを
first
見てくる
and
か。
look around for a bit.
お前はこ
You
こ
wait
で待
here
ってい
for
て。
now. I nodded, watching as Kuraha stepped into the mirror. After a moment, I cautiously followed. Stepping into the mirror world, it felt familiar. Yet the air felt denser, likely due to Hinagiku presence. According to Hibiki, the mirror world could have been swallowed by the other realms, so we better be careful. Let's start looking
やっ
for her.
ぱり来たんだね。
I had a feeling you'd come. A voice echoed from below the stairs, and I turned to see the boy we'd been looking for. I quickly approached him. We need his name. As we reached him, the boy bowed deeply.
クレアさん、
Both of you, I'm sorry, Brandon.
ごめんなさい。あんなことをして。
He looked up, his eyes filled with remorse. I sensed his sincerity, and yet,
お前聞くの何なんだ
how do you know
どうして俺を知っている
and how do you know me? Kuraha's voice was weary as he questioned the boy.
月神
I
家
once
で
served
病人として働いていたんだ。
Tsukigami Estate.
ナギクちゃんと知り合って。
That's where I met Hineki.
そうだったのか
That makes sense.
それ
Yes,
で
and just as the boy was about to continue, Misa, a wave of dizziness hit me. Thankfully, Kuriha was there to steady me. I've known for a while now, but it seems my time here really is running short. Given my condition, we decided it was best to continue the conversation in the nurse's office. Kuriha gently laid me on the bed, and the two of them stayed close by my side.
もう時間がないみたいだから、端的に話すね。
There's not much time, so I'll be brief. The boy then jumped right into discussing the details of the divine invocation incidents. As I mentioned before, Hinakiku and I both served at the Tsukigami estate. Being about the same age, we would often talk together at work. Most of the other servants were much older, making our connection unique. We could talk about anything together. Friendship came easy to us. Then Yui Tsukigami disappeared. Isao Tsukigami frantically searched for his lost daughter, gradually losing his mind as he did so. He secluded himself in his study. Other servants told us he was obsessing over stories of spiritings away. The other servants sensed a dark change in him and started resigning one by one. But it made no difference. Eventually they were all dismissed. Everyone except Hinagiko and I had us. We were left behind. We were to be imprisoned. I was an orphan and a live-in servant, which made me an easy target. Hinagiku had a brother, Kuriha, but Isao knew her disappearance would be overlooked. Despite his madness, Isao Tsukigami remained a powerful man. He could sweep the disappearance of two young household staff away. On the day we were imprisoned, it seemed like any other day at work, but Hinagiku and I felt something was off. The absence of other servants was eerie. Though we dared not question our master, given his unstable state. So we continued to work as we normally did. That's when Isao Tsukigami gave us rather chilling.
掃除をしてほしい。
I need this room cleaned immediately. I obeyed, not suspecting a thing. Who knew that room would become my prison? That was when it all began. While I was in prison, the days passed uneventfully. Luckily, Hinagiku's room was next to mine, so we could talk to the wall. We plotted our escape, but as time went on, we heard more and more voices coming through the walls. Isao Tsukigami had imprisoned not only us, but a number of others too. I later discovered he'd kidnapped them. As days passed, things only grew more ominous. The first victim was Hinagiku. As for her, if you've regained your memories, Kureha, there's no need for me to elaborate. Soon after that, someone new was brought to Hinagiku's room. It wasn't her, I knew instantly. It was a man who kept muttering to himself. I feared I was going insane. What happened to Hinagiku? That question consumed me. I tried desperately, futilely, to hold on to my sanity. My time came soon after that. I was sacrificed in the ritual. Then, as a ghost, I was reunited with Hinagiku. Strangely, I was relieved to die. Given the circumstances, death seemed a mercy to me. With nothing to live for, I thought about quickly crossing over. But that became impossible. Oh, because of the way he did that. I can't cross over. My brother's become a rat. I need to save him. Is this how she became a rat? Hinagiku told me about all that happened. My brother harbors a grudge against Isasuke. As Hinagiku said, your murderous rage against Isasuke caused you to attack him with your blade while he was in the study. Your blade, though, couldn't harm the living. Ironic, isn't it? Wraths forget everything, but the anger that caused them to become one. Such is the power of vengeance, of hate. Your hatred for Isasuke only intensified after that. Then one day, Hinagiku came up with an idea. I will curse and kill Isasuke. But with ghosts, that's impossible. Watching my brother, I realized anger strong enough can turn into a curse. That made some sense to me. It seemed as though Kureha would one day be powerful enough to curse Isasuke. The hate must need to be so intense. Hinagiku, murdered with my brother, my only friend, I assure you. My grudge is no ordinary one. I did my best to contain it for my brother's sake, but my rage matches his. In that moment, something black and sinister flowed from Hinagiku's body. I hugged her, trying to restrain her. Stop. I have to fight this. Thank you, but I can't hold back anymore. But cursing Isasuke doesn't guarantee you'll save Kureha. And even if it does save her, you'll still be a rat. You saw my brother, didn't you? That monstrous form. He won't recognize me as a rat. He'll cross over and leave me already dead. But I want you to cross over too. I want you to find peace. I can't do that. You know how I feel. I'm sorry. Please don't do this. There has to be another way to kill Isasuke. We'll find a way together. And while we do that, my brother might kill Isasuke. If that happens, he will be taken out. Oh. I've heard the other ghosts speak of it. A place where those who do harm to others are taken. Then you, in life, my brother protected me. Kureha, I'm sorry. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stop him. Please, keep my faith.
私のことは知らせないで。こんなこと頼んでしまって
Forgive
ご
me
めんな
for
さい。
this last selfish request. Then, with a faint smile,
私を愛してくれ。
your love meant everything to me. A lone tear fell from Hinagiku's eye as she vanished into the shadows. She had turned into a rat. When he finished speaking, the boy gazed at Kuraha.
あんたは月神功が呪い殺され
After seeing Isasukigami
急に意識を失ってさ、
cursed and killed,
目
he
を覚ました
collapsed.
のは月
When
神
you
功が
awoke,
死んで
days
数日経ってから
passed.
だった。驚くに、あん
Since
た
his
は
demise,
元の姿
and
に
astonishingly,
さ、
you had returned to your original form.
思ったんだけ
My
ど、あ
theory
んた
is that you weren't fully
は悪霊
around.
化していたけど、
That might be why you were
なりきれてい
able
な
to
かったん
return
じゃ
to
ないか
your
な。
normal self.
ついでに言うと、あんた
However,
に
you lost
記
your
憶がな
memories
かったのは
because you partially
一
transformed
度
into a rat.
悪霊になったからだ。多分だけど、
I suspect the trauma of seeing Hinagiki killed in front of you forced your mind to lock that memory,
ひなぎくちゃんこと
including all memory of her.
ひなぎく
Hinagiki. His voice quivered as he whispered her. I rose and silently took Kuraha's hand. Kuraha, I hope you can come to terms with this. I prayed the words silently as I held his hand. The boy's gaze lingered on Kuraha, clouded by sorrow. Perhaps part of him was into Kuraha for forgetting all about him. He must have struggled, honoring Hinagiku's wish while seeking for a way to bring him back. That reminds me. Gathering my courage, I softly spoke. The boy turned. Did Hinagiku go to hell? How was it that she was able to come back here?
ああ、刑
Yes,
期を終えて
she
戻っ
served
て
her
きたんだ。
sentence and returned.
罪を犯した幽霊にも
Those who
等し
commit
く成
terrible
仏を
crimes
す
are
る
given
権利が
right to
与え
cross
られる
over.
らしい。
But
と言っても、
she remains a rat.
悪霊のま
She
ま
was
だ。
punished for her crimes, but they did not return
罪
to
を
her
犯したことへ
previous
の罰を与えるだけで、
I see. It would probably be better to ask Saya.
自分を殺した人間を呪い殺した
Her murder
正当
was
性が
deemed
認められて
just,
か
so Hinagiku's punishment was brief.
脱獄されて、ま
But rehabilitating her back to normal has taken far, far longer.
あ、彼女を元に戻す方法を実行するのに時間がかかっちゃってさ。
Back to
ま
normal.
ず、クレハさんにひなぎくちゃんを思い出
You
さ
had
せ
to
て、
remember Hinagiki.
クレハさん、
Furha, you needed to
悪霊
confront
化
the
せずに
truth
事実を
without
受け止めて
killing
もらわ
her
ないとな
yourself.
らなかった。なぜなら、
The goal was for you to reach out to
呼びかけてほし
her.
い
You
か
could
ら
do。that.
それ
Hinagiku
ができれば、
might be able,
ひなぎくちゃ
if you
ん、
could do that,
元に戻ると思うから。
Hinagiku might return to her former self. I was beginning to understand the plan. Furha had been silent, but then turned to face the
今度
plan.
は俺がひなぎ
It's
くを
my
取り
turn
戻
to
す番
save
だ。
Hinagiki, though. Saying this, his grip on my hand tightened slightly. I'm so glad Kuraha is taking this well.
俺、思
I
うんだ。
theorized that maybe
Hinagiki-chan
Hinagiku,
あの
like
時
you,
のクレハさんと同じく、
hasn't fully
完
become
全
a
には、
rat
だって、ひなぎくちゃ
That
んは
explains
他の
why
幽
she
霊を
doesn't
襲わないんだ。
fight other ghosts. Rats, driven by their loneliness,
構
often
ってほし
lash
いと
out
いうよう
at
に
other ghosts for
襲いかか
attention.
るはずなのに。
I noticed that too. Once another rat attacked her, crying out in loneliness. When Hinagiku attacked, she only pleaded for Kuraha's memories to remain forgotten. So Hinagiku isn't lost to the to darkness yet. Until now, the hope of bringing Hinagiku back seemed bleak. I'm so glad we talked to this boy first. I renewed my resolve with a sigh.
だが
But why wait until now for
ど
my
うして俺に記憶を
choice?
取り戻す
That was something I couldn't understand. I had always assumed it was to stop Kureha from turning into a rat. But why now? I looked back at
ク
the
レア
boy.
さん
Because Kureha,
大
you
切な人
found
ができた
love.
からクレアさんを支えてくれる人が
I was
現れる
waiting for you, Kureha,
俺は
hoping you'd find someone to
ずっ
stand
と
by
待
your
ってい
side.
たんだ支えがあれば
With the support of someone else by your
捉
side,
えてくれると信じて
with the support of someone else by your side, I knew you could endure the truth and not turn into a rat. So I was the reason.
俺の見立ては
And it
間違い
seems
じゃ
my
なかっただ
judgment
ろ
was correct. It filled me with joy to realize I had become the person who could support
クレアさんが悪霊化しちゃった
Kureha. If he became
ひ
a
なぎ
rat,
ちゃんを救う
then there would be no way to save him.
かなり慎重に
That's why I have been so careful until now.
だから
I'm so relieved it turned out this way.
ひなぎくのことを考えてく
You
れて
truly do care about him.
ひなぎくちゃんは俺にとって大事な人だから
It means a lot to me too,
クレアさんが彼女を
just as she does to you. Kureha released my hand and stood up. Then he bowed to the boy.
ありがとうひなぎくを愛してくれていて
Thank you for loving him. For the first time, I saw Kureha as the protective big brother he was.
あんたと話すのは初めてだったけど
This is our
ちゃんと
first
した
real
人でよかった
conversation.
よ
I'm happy to see you're a good person after all. Kureha looked up, encouraged by the boy's
あ
words.
んたたちが来た時のために
I've trapped Hinagiku
ひなぎく
in
ちゃん
the
が
underground
地下
altar
祭壇で閉じ
to
込め
buy
て
time until you arrived. And so,
ひなぎくちゃんが
please, save Hinagiku. Do what I couldn't.
俺がいても
I'll
足
just
手まといにしかなら
be
な
in
い
the way if I join you, so I'm going to stay behind. Before I could speak up, Kureha placed his hand
分
on
か
the
った
boy's shoulder.
行こ
Alright, let's go. But you're
うだが
coming
お
with
前も
us.
一緒
俺はいいよ
No, really, it's fine. I won't be
お
leaving
前
you.
がひなぎくのそばにいて
Because
く
you
れた
stayed
から
by Hinagiku
悪霊となっ
she
た後も
managed to
自我
hold
を
on to
忘れずにい
herself
た
even as a rat.
話を聞いて
At
俺は
least,
そう
that's
感じ
how
た
I
んだ
see it. I agree. That's exactly why we should stick together. We have to save Hinagiku. All of us. Thank you. Alright, let's go. The three of us set off to the basement. Before descending into the underground altar, Kureha firmly reminded me, do not look into Hinagiku's eyes. Given her gaze could curse me, I was only in danger if our eyes met. I'm pretty sure that's right, at least. That's how it's been this whole time. Shortly after we entered the dimly lit altar, and just as the boy mentioned, we found Hinagiku there. She didn't conceal her fury and started channeling negative energy toward me immediately. But Kureha intervened.
ひなぎ
For a moment, Hinagiku ceased. It was as though her body was frozen in time, so part of her is still in
ひ
there.
なぎくんちゃんと聞こえているんだこの兄の声は
Okay. The guttural cries resounded throughout the area.
ひなぎく
Kureha crying out in pain seemed to push her back. He then grasped Hinagiku's hand.
ひなぎく ひなぎくん、正気に戻ってくれ。
Please come back to us. Hinagiku seemed to struggle trying to break free. I kept my eyes cast down to avoid the gaze. Then, somehow, Hinagiku's face came into my line of sight. What? And our eyes locked. She had contorted her body enough to enter my field of vision. Oh no. Words began to enter my head, coupled with screams that I couldn't process. Oh?
ひなぎくん、やめてくれ。彼女を傷つけないでくれ。頼む。
Even though I could still hear Kureha. Oh no, I'm getting cold now. At this rate, I'll... No. I can't give up now. I made a vow to Kureha and myself to guard my own right. My vision grew hazy as I fought to stay conscious.
お姉さん
Hey. I realized the boy from before was supporting me. Meanwhile, Kureha was attempting to restrain me. I'm sorry.
ここから離れよう
You need to get out of here, quick. Without waiting for my response, he began guiding me up the stairs. Even as we ascended, the sounds of Hinagiku's anguished cries and Kureha's calls to her echoed behind us. While climbing, I tried to steady my thoughts, contemplating the curse from Hinagiku that had infiltrated my mind. In those moments, I thought I heard the whisper of a delicate girl. The boy helped me all the way to the library. Then he brought over a chair and had me sit down. Thank you, you said.
ごめんなさい
I'm sorry, I should have been more aware of our
待って
surroundings.
いれば
It was my own fault. I thought I was being cautious, but I ended up looking directly into her eyes. Despite this, the boy appeared distressed. Feeling that any attempt to comfort him might be futile, I simply told him what was on my mind. But I did come to a realization while receiving the curse. I heard voices whispering in my head. Yes, Hinagiku was among them. And among those voices was a girl's. This is just a guess, but I think it might be the voice of Hinagiku's consciousness. Oh, really? He moved closer so suddenly I couldn't help but chuckle to myself. I think she was saying something like, "Brother, please
そ
help."
れそれクレハ
That
さんの
has
ことだ
Kureha. Oh, what a relief. What a blessing. Also, she mentioned Kazuma. Is that someone's name? The boy's face froze, his gaze drifting. That's my name. Okay. The boy by the name of Kazuma fell to his knees. Tears streaming down his face. She remembered me. Hinagiki. They were tears of joy, and I could tell his heart was filled with love and relief. I reached into my pocket and pulled out a handkerchief and offered it to him without a word. Kazuma looked up, thanked me, and accepted it. Suddenly, Kureha burst into the room.
大丈夫か、ミサ。
Are you okay? Misa. Yes, I'm fine. How's Hinagiki?
今も
She's still below. No matter how much I call out, she just screams wildly. I've closed the door so she
扉を
won't
閉
be
めて
out
きた
here.
から。
Then let's try again. This time with both you and Kazuma calling out to her. I looked at Kazuma. He nodded back at me. In his eyes, I saw a flicker of hope. This time, it just might just work. This might be our final attempt. I'm not sure if my body can endure much more. Kureha seemed about to speak and stopped himself. Kureha,
俺を信じて
could you trust me and stay here for now?
お前がいると
If you're there, Hinagiku might unleash her curse.
それは
I
避けたい
need to prevent that. I can't risk
お
losing.
前をし
Kureha. His concern touched me, but we couldn't leave the other realm and return to the mortal realm without me being there. I understand. I'll trust you and wait. But let me keep an eye on you from a distance.
ありがとう
Thanks. I
必ず
promise to bring
ヒナギクを正気に
Hinagiku
戻
back
す
to her senses
そうすれ
when
ば
the curse should lift,
お前の呪いは解けて
and you'll be able to
会話を
talk
す
with me. Ah. I guess Kureha had already thought this through. I felt reassured he had considered every angle. But of course he would. His sole focus this whole time has always been getting me back home safely.
階段の暗闇に潜んで
Stay hidden in the shadows on the
見守っていてくれ
stairs and keep watch. Got it? Yes. Then without delay we sprang into action. As directed, I hid behind the shadows in the stairway and watched silently over them. Hinagiku still looked restless as she moved about with her eyes scanning in every direction. She would notice me if I wasn't careful. Nervously, I made sure to remain out of sight. Kureha and Kazuma approached Hinagiku, and she immediately ran away with her back to the wall. The fear displayed by the laughters proved that Hinagiku's consciousness was still intact. Otherwise, she would have just immediately attacked.
ひなぎく聞いてくれ俺は
Hinagiku's piercing screams overpowered any words Kureha attempted to convey. I trust Kureha not to succumb to becoming a wrath, and yet perhaps the flood of memories tormented him as well. Hinagiku darted towards Kazuma and seemed to seek refuge behind him, but
ひなぎちゃんよく聞いて
Hinagiku, please listen.
ちゃんと受け止めたんだ
Kureha's come to terms
もう
with
闇
everything.
に染まる
You
ことは
don't
な
have
い
to
んだ
live
よ
in the darkness. There's no need for you to live
君
in
が
the
闇に
shadows. Hinagiku raised her gaze to meet Kazuma's, then slowly turned her attention back to Kureha.
ひなぎく
He gently grasped Hinagiku's hand, causing her to shake in tense.
俺は全て記憶を取り戻した
I've recovered my
あの時
memories.
のこと
I recall every
全
detail.
てずっと忘れてい
I
て
regret that I'd forgotten for so long.
お
I'm
前
sorry
に
for
寂し
leaving
い
you all
思いを
alone.
させてごめん
Kureha delivered these words to Hinagiku with patience and sincerity.
俺は
I've returned to my true self.
悪霊化し
I
た
won't turn into a rat.
もう心配しなくてもいいんだ
I hope Hinagiku will understand. I put my hands together and prayed for the
寂
shadows.
しい思いはも
You're
うさ
not
せない
alone anymore. Hinagiku, please.
ずっとお前のそばにいる
I will always be by your side. Please listen to Kureha's words.
だから
So please, wake up. Please see him through our eyes.
そうだお前の兄だ
And then a radiant light filled the underground altar, and the oppressive darkness seemed to vanish. As the light faded, the wrath was gone. Instead, a beautiful glowing orb floated gently in its place.
ひなぎく
お兄さんありがとう思い い出してくれて本当にありがとう。ずっと会いたかったです。ひなぎくと呼んでほしかった。
ひなぎく、来るのが遅れてごめん。お前を思い出せずに俺は。
ひなぎくは嬉しいのです。だからどうか謝らないでください。
What a relief. I'm so happy for them.
カズマさん、
ひなぎくちゃん、
ありがとう。カズマさん、あなたがいつもそばにいてくれたから、
Being by my side is the
私は
only
暗闇の中でもわずかに
help
自
me
分を
to keep
保てて
myself
い
in
ました。
business.
苦しくて辛
It
く
was
て
agonizing, but
自分の
almost
すべてを
suffocating, and at
黒に
times
染めようとし
I
た
felt
時もあ
I
り
might be
ま
lost
した。
to the darkness.
でも
But you,
あなたの存
you're
在
what
が
saved me.
私を助けてくれました。
俺は
I only
ひな
did
ぎくちゃんの
that
そばにい
because I
たく
wanted
て、
to be with
そん
you.
な
I'm just so relieved to be
戻って
back.
きてくれて
I'm just so
嬉しい。
Gradually, the boys' bond began to fade. Hey, if you
俺
feel
を
the
愛して
same
く
way
れてい
about
る
me,
なら一緒に行ってくれない？
ええ、もちろんです。すぐに行きます。あなたのもとへ。
それならよかった。クレアさんがお
I'm
別れ
so
したら
goodbye to Kura.
すぐに来てね。
Oh. Goodbye to Kuraha? After the boy disappeared, Kuraha approached Hinagiku.
ひなぎく、
There's
合わせ
someone
た
here
人がい
tonight.
るんだ。
Hearing this, I stepped forward, a bit anxious.
あなた様に
I,
謝りたかったのです。苦しめてしまいました。本当にごめんなさい。
I'm sorry for all the pain I caused you. Do you remember everything?
うっすらとですが、
Just bits and pieces, but I'm
あなた
grateful
様
my
のことを
brother was there.
お兄さんが守ってくれていて本当に良かったです。
Though I couldn't see her face, her voice was warm and gentle. No need for apologies. I understand, Hinagiku.
ありがとうござい
Thank
ます。
you. The orb seemed to bow gently toward me. Seeing that, I couldn't help but smile. And so I proceeded to ask her. I've been meaning to ask your name. Well, I guess I already know it, but I wanted to hear it from you. I need it to restore this place to the mortal realm. Sorry, this isn't a good time.
詳しい事情はわかりませんが、あなた
I'm
様
not
の
sure I
頼みとあ
understand
ら
all
ば
the specifics. After a brief pause, Hinagiku
私の名前はひなぎく。
is Hinagiku.
あなた様のおかげで兄と会えまし
Thanks
た。
to you,
心か
I
ら
was
感謝し
reunited
ます。
with my brother. I am grateful from the bottom of my heart.
お兄さん、私はカズマさんのもとへ参ります。後で来るのを待ってい
Then
ま
I'll
す
leave
ね。
with Cosmic.
お兄
I
さ
will
ん
be
が来るの
waiting for you.
先になりそうですから。
Though, take all the time you need.
相変わらずお前は里いやつだな。
You always were perceptive.
ああ、先に行っていてくれ。おそらく俺が行くのはあと何十年か後。
Yes. You go on ahead. I'll probably be a few decades before I catch up with you. After saying that, Kureha turned
こ
to
こで彼女を待ち、
I'll be here, and then we'll go together. I suspected Kureha intended to wait until my life ended before crossing the line. Actually, I'm sure that's exactly what he intends to do. He'd watch over me in life, and then join me when my time
お
came.
二人とも
Then I'll be
待
waiting
ってい
for you
ます。
both. That was emotional. Gradually, Hinagiku faded away. Then it was just the two of us. Kureha came closer and extended his hand with a warm smile. I reciprocated the smile and accepted his hand. Okay, we should be at the end. Then, after exiting the mirror, Kureha mentioned a place he wanted to go, so he headed to the nurse's office. Saying he didn't want to intrude on my goodbyes, he waited at the entrance instead. Yui was in the nurse's office and I told her everything that had happened. I'm so relieved you wrapped everything up. I wish I could have been more help. Why is the audio so bad right now? Yui, you've been a huge help. Thank you for everything. I grabbed her hand. Yui tried to pull back, but I held on tight. Don't worry, there's no darkness. We may live in different worlds, but I'm glad to have a friend like you. She finished my sentence before I did. Together we both laughed. No fair, you can't interrupt me and say it first. I was doing a thing. I'll be supporting you. Yui. I want you to let go of your regrets. I don't want to see you still here when I get here. That means so much to me. I'll also keep an eye on you from the shoes. Our smiles met as we parted ways. After leaving the nurse's office, I glanced up at the central stairway with the large mirror. Hibiki. Since he hadn't returned, I couldn't bid him farewell, but my time was almost up. Thank you, Hibiki. At the entrance, I found Kureha waiting for me. Kureha. I called his name, and he responded with a warm smile. This is it, our final moments together. Suppressing such thoughts, I pulled the sheet with the corpse flower illustrated. I'm about to look at the printout. I think all the flowers should be colored now. I unfolded the sheet, and just as I suspected, all flowers were colored in. For a fleeting instant, I thought I saw the corpse flower quiver. They were only pictures, but for a moment they seemed almost alive. Corpse flowers are also called spider bugs, in case somebody is trying to figure out what these things are. Silently, I brought the sheet closer to my face. You don't have to wait for me. You can cross over. I'll meet you on the other side. Well, now I have to wait. I have a new regret now. That I never got to spend my life. I had a feeling things would turn out this way. I said nothing and merely smiled at him. Tears filled with a mixture of joy and sorrow clouded my eyes. Thank you for loving me, Kureha. I'll always watch over you with love. I'll be here waiting, Misa. Tears rolled down my cheeks, not from sorrow, but overwhelming joy. Until we meet again, these feelings will remain in my heart. I truly love you. Kureha gently wiped away my tears, and I savored this final tender touch from him. I think we will end up getting the godly end because we got all the flowers. I need to memorize this. Their warmth, the feel of your skin, your gaze. Indeed, you should. Keep those memories close. Who knows, I might end up living quite a long life.
お
I'm
前
looking
がどん
forward
な
to
人生
seeing
を
the
送る
life you
か
lead.
楽しみに見さ忘れるな嬉しい時悲しい時どんな時も俺がそばにいるということずっと
I'll always
お
be
前に寄
here,
り添っている
forever wishing for your
お
happiness.
前の幸福を願いながら
Absolutely, I'll never forget. Even if I can't see you, I know you'll be there. You're the only one for me, Karaha. I can't be with anyone else. And with your love, I know I'll never feel alone. Sorry, but I'm quite glad to hear that.
申し訳ないがそうしてもらうか
A gust of wind blew from the printout behind me, and I was enveloped in a scent of flowers. Looks like our time is up.
また会う時まで
Until we
待っ
meet
ている
again.
人生を楽しんでこい
Yes, here I go.
あ
As if on cue, the printout began to glow just as I finished speaking. Next week we'll be starting Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. This was a really good game. This was honestly, so far, this is my favorite Otome game that I've played. I've played Otome games in dating sims, several different variants, some dark, some light. This was a really good one to do for a horror. We'll start Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. There's one more. There was another route. The opposite route would have been Hades. Okay, after the credits finish, there's one more question we've got to deal with. We got all the flowers. So there's one last part that we need to talk about. Upon returning to the mortal realm, I was greeted by daylight. For the first time in ages, its brilliance making me squint. I'm back. I was suddenly overwhelmed by profound exhaustion. And at the same time, hunger and sleepiness overtook me, prompting me to collapse on the spot. I feel too weak to move. I was certain that Kureha was still nearby, anxiously watching over me. I longed to get up off the floor, but my body had reached its breaking point. Are you okay? That voice, is it my teacher? Footsteps hurried toward me, and I felt my teacher lifting me up. Ishiki, have you been here all this time? Let me call your name. Thank goodness. My teacher's worry showed that I had indeed returned to my former life. Then everything faded to black. I was taken to the hospital and was made to stay for a few days. I received many tests, but the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with my health. The mark on my face was completely gone. When Hinagiku regained her sanity at the altar, I felt the darkness dissipate, so I assumed the mark disappeared then. It was fine up to that point, but as expected, I had been considered missing, and was then found 9 days later. My mother, sister, and Saraka all scolded me, then they all cried. They looked at me funny when I said it was caused by a god. But unlike the others, Mom blamed herself. It must have been because I didn't listen to you during that phone call. She wasn't completely wrong. Was this what the god wanted? After I was discharged from the hospital, things calmed down. I was surprised when Mom told me that I was free to choose whatever school I wanted. It seemed almost disappointing because I had made up my mind and was ready to fight. And for the time being, it seemed that strange chapter of my life had come to an end. As the classroom glowed with an orange hue, kata kata, the sound of his blade. This was the true story of kata kata. At school during sunset, kata kata continues to roam. My beloved. At Naramigi-hama High, they say there are 7 wonders who have lived for generations in the school. He is one of them. In the twilight, as the sun casts its last glow on the school, he stands by my side. With a smile, warming my heart, watching over me. I smiled, and Sayaka, who had been listening, smiled back at me. So that's the real story behind it. Huh. When I finished my time in the hospital, I returned to school and told Sayaka about all the strange events I'd experienced. Sayaka believed every word, though I always knew she would. It was the one time her fascination with the occult actually proved useful. So it's true then. Worrying too much can lead you to be spirited away. Then maybe it'll happen to me someday. Did you say something? No, nothing at all. Anyway, thanks to you, there are fewer than 7 wonders now, right? Yeah, I suppose. But they've crossed over, so it's for the best. Oh, the girl's toilet is gone. Mystery is gone now. That morning I placed a caramel down as an offering to Hanako. I hope she received it. It's a good thing then that they crossed over. Actually, that wish-granting book thing being true was a huge surprise. Maybe I should try looking for it. It won't be so easy as... It was more of an exception in my case. Right, I guess the circumstances were just right. The wish never came true, right? Huh? No, the book told me its name. I don't really think that counts as a wish. I mean, that was like a trade. You told it your name, right? I do have a wish. I want to know your name. That's a first, a human who wants to know my name. Sadly, that's not a wish I can grant. We spirits keep our names secret, unless there's a special contract involved. I won't tell you for free. I'd never realized it, but Sayaka, you're right.
いけない
I forgot about cram school again today.
ミサまた明
See
日
you
ね
tomorrow.
今度
Or
から
next time before
思い
you
悩
get
む
spirited
前に
away,
相談
talk
し
to
て
me,
よ
okay? That's
私
what friends
って
are
いう
for.
親友がいるの忘れ
Ah, right. I'll be sure to get your advice next time, Sayaka. I always felt better when I talked to you. And I'm sure things will get better. I acknowledged Sayaka's words, and she responded with a smile.
変えちゃうよ
Absolutely.
あなたが
I'll help clear away any gloominess you're feeling. Sayaka slung her bag over her shoulder, ready to leave the classroom. She then paused at the door and turned back to me.
ねえ
Hey,
明日
can we chat again tomorrow? Of course, I'm here to listen anytime.
ありがとう私もあなたに聞いてもらえればそれじゃバイバイ
Well, see you. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Take care. I watched Sayaka leave, then looked around the now quiet classroom. Kurha, did you catch that? With that thought, I began to back up. There's a lot to the end of this game. I left the classroom and headed to the library. It's time to start thinking about which school I'm going to go to. I was still unsure about what I wanted to do in the future. Well, at least I still have time to figure it out. Thanks to everything I'd experienced, I was able to have a different mindset. I'd met the dead and learned the joy of living. My future was open with possibilities. I wanted to embrace a life without regrets. Reaching the library, I noticed a shelf filled with university pamphlets. Huh, I guess I should take a look at these. Did I just hear something? Curious, I turned toward the sound and there it was, the red book, the one that granted wishes, on the floor of the library. No way. Tentatively, I reached out and picked it up. Could it be it's here to grant a wish now, since it didn't before? My hand shaking, I opened the cover. The pages, blank and unmarked, offered no clues as to its intent, but soon words slowly began to materialize on the page. I didn't grant you wish before, now it's time. A brush materialized above the book. Now, your wish. It's just like before. Swallowing hard, I took the brush in hand. Allow me to see her. Allow me to see her. I inscribed those words in the book, and immediately they faded away. Then both the brush and the book vanished into thin air. Huh? Could it be a wish beyond its power to grant? Sigh, maybe it's time to head home. The whole ordeal sidetracked me from considering my school options, so I simply left the library. As I walked toward the main entrance, my mind wandered through a myriad of thoughts. Maybe seeing Kuraha was too much to ask for. But what if I had chosen a different wish? That sound. Kuraha! I definitely felt a strange presence, and with it a sudden chill.
ああ、ここにいたのか。
There you are.
まだ帰って
Still
なか
haven't
った
gone
んだ
home yet. That voice. I spun around to see the very person I longed to see. Kuraha! Tears welled up in my eyes. It's really Kuraha. I yearned to call out to him, but words failed me, trapped in my throat.
不思議なこ
Strange,
ともあっ
it's
たもんだ。
almost as if you're looking at me.
というか、なんで
And
泣
why
い
are
て
you crying? Did something happen?
俺が
He's got it all wrong. Overwhelmed with emotion, I couldn't help but laugh. A torrent of pent-up feelings came bursting forth. I'm crying because I can see you, Kura.
どういうことだ
You mean you can
俺が見
actually see me? Yes, clear as day. I missed you, Kura.
何がどうなってるのか
What's going on
わけが
here?
わ
Is
からない
this some kind of
が奇跡
miracle
み
or
たいなこ
something?
とが起こったんだな
That's right. Looks like I've sparked another miracle.
お前に
You're
は
always full of
驚かされる
surprises.
な
I was hoping we were gonna actually have him at the end. Kura took another step toward me.
会いたかったぞ
I missed you,
Misa.
Yes, me too. I reached my hand out to him, but my hand merely passed through him. But that was fine. At least I could talk. We could talk to one another and gaze into each other's eyes. That in itself was a miraculous dream. And from here on out, I could pursue the life I truly wanted. Godly end. 8 flowers blooming. We actually got the good end.
まさか見えるようになるとは思ってもみなかったぞあんなに驚いたのはお前と初めて話した時以来だお前には本当にびっくりさせられるしかしこれからが楽しみだなそうだ再会してから言っていなかったなあの時よりも愛しているこれからもこの思いは膨らんでいくだろうだから全て受け止めてくれよいいな
That's the end. I hope you all enjoyed that. That should be... Yep. Oh! Next time we'll do the other School Ghost Story route, because we won't have to deal with... We should be able to start from chapter 5? Honestly, I want to do Other Realm is the Urban Legends, the Other Realm, the Spirit World. We'll do the second of the School Ghost Stories next time. So, that'll be next year. For the CDH Warrior, I will see you next time. Have a great day. Well, I've got no chance. I'm going to see who I can rate. Hello to my 3 viewers. Let's see who we're rating. I think Shondo appears to still be alive. Or still be alive. Still be live. We're going to raid Grimmy. So, have a great day. Hmm? Okay, maybe into her. Oh. We will go ahead and end the stream. I think it rated. The internet hadn't gone out weird. But anyway, we will go ahead and end the stream. Have a great day.